Hey guys, welcome back to Hobo's Hollow for our Full Shop Challenge, the series in which we buy every single piece of equipment and tool in the game. We're going to own every field on this 4X map. We're going to farm with every single type of crop, do every single type of production change. It's going to be a blast. For today on the agenda, we're going to be spreading lime with our 4755 John Deere on all 4 of our fields because they could use a bit more. As you can see, they're still yellow and green, so not bad, but if we want the optimal yield, going to want to spread lime. So we're going to do that as well. You can see some of these fields need plowed, so we're going to be doing that as well. Also with the 4755, that's what we're going to be doing first. If you don't remember last episode, feel free to check that out if you haven't yet. We did harvest the sorghum off of field 1 and 4. Suppose I should show you guys those. These are the fields we own. Fields 1 and 4 had sorghum. 2 and 3 were corn. We harvested those a couple of episodes ago. We also, if I come over here, got rid of a bunch of the flour pallets at the flour mill, the grain mill, and took them up to our bakery up here, which we also own. They didn't all quite fit in the bakery, but yeah, we're producing bread like a madman. Got tons of it, and that will be selling for quite a high value come January when it is at its highest. As I said, today we're going to be starting with plowing, so I need to find my subsoiler. There it is. Okay, let's see if this thing can handle. Yep, that's doing okay. I don't like the texture. I was under the impression it was going to be a better texture than that, but let's make sure that is getting rid of the needs plowing requirement. It is, okay. So yeah, we're doing pretty good there. This won't take terribly long, but it won't go super fast either. Fields 2 and 3 aren't huge, but they are pretty big compared to the size of this subsoiler. This thing is pretty small, so I am not going to make you guys watch all of that, don't worry. But it is a task that I must do, so I'm going to show a bit of it. It's a good looking tractor, man. One of my favorites in the whole game. Even though it isn't very big and can't do a ton in terms of like big size equipment, it's still important to have. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this series, really, is each and every tractor in the game, each and every tool and implement has a purpose. And in your normal playstyle of Farming Simulator, you may not use that tool or that vehicle. You may not even know what it does. So for me, I wanted to just use everything. And what better way to do that than to challenge myself to own it all? Yeah, I rarely use this subsoiler to plow my fields up after a harvest, so I rarely even play with plowing required, periodic plowing required, so it's very different, and that's going to be kind of the theme of this whole playthrough, is doing things different than what I normally do, just to kind of branch out and see a new side of Farming Simulator. As good as this tractor is, though, its turning radius is absolutely atrocious. Any other tractor pretty much would have made that turn easily, but we had to back it up and approach a second time. Also need to check on the greenhouses to make sure they've got enough water and that they have space to spawn new pallets when necessary, or when they can. They've got enough room, could use a bit more maybe. So I may move some of the pallets, but I don't want to run into an issue. I don't know how many pallets it is, but there is an issue in this game where especially once you start to get all of the production chains like I'm planning to do, there is a limit on how many pallets you can have spawned. So I don't want to spawn pallets if I can help it. And so the greenhouse, just keeping those pallets as dormant. They're stored in the greenhouse instead of spawned out as pallets. That's going to be a better way of doing that, just in case. Again, I don't know what the limit is, but I don't want to reach that limit and force some of my bread to not be produced, because then I can't sell it, and it's kind of just a loss of money, and I don't want to lose profits. So, okay, I can already tell this is going to take way too long to do with just the one. What are we doing here? We got some sort of... Oh, I spawned on top of the tables. That is amazing. The tables do respawn in the same position they were. If you recall last episode, I did run over them. They do, of course, respawn in the same position every time you load into the game, and so it just spawned right underneath me because that's where it belongs, and I was on top of it for whatever reason. Anyways, that's going to take too long for me to do that. With all three of the fields that I'm plowing, thankfully field 1 does not require plowing, as when I started it did have a crop on it that was withered, so I plowed it to remove the crop. So just these three. But you can see how long it's taken us to do 4, and 2 and 3 are much larger than that, so I am going to use the fent with the plow. I don't want to spend an hour doing subsoil work, because that's kind of just like prep work anyways. It's not the main focus of farming, I don't think, which is obviously planting a crop and harvesting it. So anything other than that is kind of secondary, and it's prep work. Spreading lime so that you get the best yield. It's very important to do, because without that prep work, your planting and harvesting won't be nearly as fulfilling or profitable, but it doesn't make it the most exciting for me to do, so yeah, we're going to let that guy keep trucking on. I'm going to go get the other plow. I just wanted to take a brief moment to thank you guys for the support. Last episode was the best episode that I've had yet so far, and it's still doing pretty well, so thank you. Thank you for the comments and the likes. It means a lot. Okay, let's get this little seed tank out of the way. I'll just put that in front of the baler because I won't have to use that for quite a while. And it would be good to get some fuel in my tractor for sure. It's getting a little bit low. We've used it almost 9 hours. I think our tanker over there, we use it for water. I think it can hold fuel as well, but I'm not going to do that. Can you imagine drinking water or growing crops with water that was in a tank that stored gasoline and wasn't properly cleaned out? That's disgusting. Oh, I carried a mailbox all the way under the road. That's funny. Good looking map. I do like this map. I'm glad I picked it. Let's make sure we have create fields off. Yep. We do also have to sell the bales. That's another thing on the agenda. I kind of started to say the agenda for today and then stopped. Yeah, we're going to be plowing up the fields that need plowing. We're going to be spreading lime on all the fields so that we get the optimal yield, the best yield possible, which means more money. We're also going to be selling a lot of stuff. We've got the bread to sell. We've got the bakery products, the strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce to sell. We also have sorghum and corn, I believe both need sold. Let's have a look at that just to make sure I'm not being silly. Yes, about $90,000 worth of corn, about $150,000 worth of sorghum. We do have the straw, which is almost $90,000 of value there. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty profitable year. I'm not going to sell the canola. I'm going to plant canola and sell that canola with the canola. So all the fields are getting canola, which I'm excited for. It's been a while since I've done canola, so yeah, I like to switch things up every once in a while, so it'll be good to have some variety. Probably turn the beacons off. I'm going to try not to hit the bales. Doesn't matter much because my idiot workers that I've hired have destroyed the other pile of bales. And hit that one too. You can see it's like warped. That's really annoying. I took the time and the care to stack those bales. I'm going to have to hit one now with an auto stacker, so I didn't really take much care. But I put those bales exactly where I wanted them, and I wanted them to look nice and pretty. And they looked nice and pretty, and then workers just drove right through them. It's ridiculous. And I have to pay them for that? Gosh, it's terrible. Okay, let's see where this guy's at. As you can see, I've kind of broken up field 3 into this larger rectangle. When this guy gets done up here, we're going to take him down and he's going to work on that other section of field 2. I'm not going to make you watch all that, so you guys just get like a pretty quick like jump cut, and then you're right into the next thing, which will be probably selling some stuff, so enjoy. After a quick hop, skip, and a jump cut, we are now in November doing our lime spreading. Unfortunately, I forgot. The plow that I have obviously does the plowed texture in the subsoiler, as you can see in the top middle of the screen. It's a different texture, so part of the field is plowed texture, part of the field is, I don't even know what type of soil correction that would even be called. Seed bed. Part of it has been seed bedded, part of it has been plowed, so it doesn't matter that much, but it is a little bit annoying. Thankfully, since I'm spreading lime, you won't be able to see it. On seed bed, it's very difficult to see where you've seeded and where you haven't, because it's a very similar texture of seed bed versus seeded. So, but on plowed, it's very easy because it has big, wide ridges, and then when you plant or seed, it's very narrow ridges. So it's very easy to tell. Not easy to tell on seed bed. So, but with the lime on top of it, it's going to be very easy to see because one is white, and where I've seeded, it'll be brown. So very easy to tell the difference. Now, something you can do, if you see up in the top of the control, comma, if I press comma, it will deactivate the automatic application rate, and it'll just spread. So with the automatic application rate, it won't spread there, but with the application rate turned off, it will spread no matter how much it reads. So if you do want your field to look uniform and perfect, you can go back through, hit comma. I don't know what the button is on controller. I tried, I looked for it, I couldn't find it, so yeah. See, like, if I'm using the automatic application rate like I am right now, it's not even going to get this sliver, this slice back there. So I'd have to come back through with the automatic application rate turned off, and then I would be able to do it. But I can look up in the top left and say, see, it's only putting out 0.88 tons per hectare. So I can just manually select something close to that. So if I turn off my manual application rate, I can change the application rate manually. So at the minimum is 0.88 tons per hectare. So I just turn it on and see, it'll do it even though the automatic application rate would not have. I'm not sure if the yield would have been shown as, matter of fact, let me see that. Let's come up here. Oh, it won't tell me what yield it thinks it's going to get. Okay, never mind then. We'll carry on. I don't know if this actually improves the yield. It makes the field look a lot better though. Imagine having that little strip left in there. Ew. So, just a little trick if you guys are playing with precision farming. I already did field 4. You could tell the difference. Let me just get her stopped up here. You can see the difference here. Bit of a darker green where I've done, bit of a lighter green here where I haven't. That's the same soil type. The reason this color, there's a difference of color here, is because the actual soil type is different. So this darker green will actually look like this when we're done. This light, like mustard green, will look like this darker one when we're done. So yeah, it's not putting out much, as you saw. I mean, on the manual application rate, I was putting out the minimum amount. So really, probably didn't need to do this. And that was 2 or 3 harvests, I don't remember. Because originally, it was wheat on field 1. Oh, right. So field 2 and 3 have only had 1 harvest, and that was the corn. The other fields, field 1 and field 4, the big one over there at the top of the screen, and the small one that we did earlier, those have had 2 harvests. They had sorghum and wheat. So they're using more lime. I honestly probably don't even have to do this, because if I get out, it says pH value is good in the bottom right. And then if I come over here where I've done, it'll say pH value is perfect. So it's good versus perfect. It's probably going to give me, I don't know, maybe not even a couple % yield bonus. It'll, you know, who knows? Who knows what it would do? But as I only have a few fields, it makes sense to do as much as I can to boost the yield. When I have a bunch of fields and I don't necessarily need to maximize or to optimize the fields, yeah, I can get away with not spreading lime for 3 or 4 harvests and do just fine. But that's not the case yet, so I'm going to go ahead and optimize the fields to get the perfect yield that I can. To scrap every last ounce of crop out of the field is my goal. But yeah, we will be doing, selling some stuff pretty soon. I did check. Nothing is really high. Some things are kind of high. But they're not high enough to consider selling. The canola is looking good. I only have $900. I might sell the canola. Or take a load of bales in. I'll do that, actually. I'll take a load of bales in, and that will be like $40,000. So, and that money will just keep me from going negative. It's not necessary. You are allowed to go negative. However, I really don't want to, so that's one of my goals. Honestly, I can't remember if I have gone negative, so it's not like a super hard and fast goal. It's just something I want to do, is not go negative, so. I've still got the big field, field 1, so I'll finish up the lime spreading and then sell a load of bales, and I'll let you guys see that. And I'm gonna guess I'll make $40,000 off of that. That's what I'll guess. I guess there will be an environmental score reward, so it could be a bonus of like a few $1,000. It could be a bonus of like $50. I don't know. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that'll be, and then we will move on to selling more stuff. So stick around. I hope you enjoy it. Well, unfortunately, the lime spreader ran out of lime to spread, so we took it into town to get it refilled, and I was using the John Deere to spread lime. I used the Fent to take the spreader into town to fill it up because the Fent is a lot faster, 39 miles an hour versus 19 top speed. And, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone, I get to refill the Fent now too, so we're really trying to maximize our time efficiency. Now, I didn't think about my money situation. Now, I don't have any money for lime, so that's not good. Let's see if I have some here still. I do sometimes have extra pallets that I've forgotten about, or big bags, I suppose they are. These are lime, okay. So that'll be 4,000 liters. That may be enough. How much is another bag? It's probably like $500. Yeah, $350. Ooh. I had 9,000 and I did these 3 fields and this. Do we think 4,000 can go the rest of the way? I don't think so. I can't believe I'm gonna have to take out a loan for lime. We can't be doing this anymore. This has got to be something that we get better about as we go on. Money management. Nothing worth buying in the store. the reason our money's going away is for production costs, and we are leasing something. So we got to pay to maintain the buildings that we're producing stuff with. We got to pay to actually produce them. You got to pay for each production cycle, and we do have to pay the monthly rate on our bale loader, which isn't much. I can look it up. Just get this guy stopped. If we try and lease a new one, yeah, per work day it's $505, so $500 a day is worth it. Well worth it. Right, I just wanted to show you guys, because that was pretty smart. Let's be honest here. Maybe not. Maybe you guys don't think so. Whatever. Matter of fact, it's going to be a 3 birds with 1 stone, because now I can use the Fent to get our shipping trailer here to get those last 2 pallets in the zone, or all the pallets that needs to go in the zone. And unfortunately, I am going to have to drive and push it. That's not realistic or ideal. I apologize to the owner of Mi Familia. Alright, these chairs are annoying. I should be able to drive straight over them. They're plastic. They would crunch right under me. This is going to be tough to back up. Let's see if we can do it. Thankfully, I heard a rumor that I am the best backwards driver in Farming Simulator, so it's no sweat. And I'm going to leave this here, because we're going to be selling the bread in 2 months, maybe 1 month if it's got a good price. So no need to take it to the grain mill and get one more. Well, actually, before I say that, let me make sure. Yeah, we've still got 63,000 liters of flour, so we're not going to run out of flour. So, matter of fact, I will need to get that forklift up here. And that thing is slow. 14 mile an hour top speed on a 4X map. It's painful, let me tell you. You guys count yourselves lucky. You don't have to watch that or do it. It sucks. Right. Let's finish the lime and sell some stuff. We've almost arrived at the bale sell point, and that is Hobo's bale sell point. Not the most creative, but it's better than just sell point. We're using the 4755 because I've got the Fent doing the lime spreading, and I am interested to see how close my guess was. I guessed, I think, $42,000. I'm not getting a... Oh, okay. It wasn't giving me a prompt to sell, but... $37,000 plus $3,751. 4,975, is that correct? 40,975. I think that's... So not as good as I thought it was going to be, sadly. Our environmental reward was nearly 10%. It was pretty close to 10%, so... That's a pretty solid environmental score reward. I don't know what the maximum you can get is, but 10% is not bad. It means for every 100,000 we get an extra 10. I think is how. Oh, this guy thinks he's done. Well, he's right. Shoot, we're almost out of lime again. And he hit the bales again. I forgot to take over for the worker when he got to the bales, so he's further ruined the pile. I need to get me an auger trailer to hold this lime. I'm missing a row here, a little bit. Well, carry on. I'll get this back. And I am just selling the one load, just so we don't go negative. Actually, I can return the loan I took to get the lime. There, now we have $40,000. Pretty soon we'll have the lime done. Honestly, I could just, sleep through the night while the worker is working, just to get selling, which might not be a bad idea. So I guess I'll do that. I'll drive home and then sleep, and I will be selling some stuff in December. It's December. The sorghum is selling at a high rate, so we're going to go ahead and sell it. And Reverend Grain is where it wants to go, so let's see how much we make from this first load. $53,000 plus a $5,300 environmental score reward. That's crazy. Let's go back and get the other load. I think we've got, yeah, about 1.5 loads left, so that should be some pretty good money. Let's go get them and sell them. With that second load, we get just about the exact same, 53,000 plus 5,300. So we're up to 150,000. We still have another load of sorghum to get. It's only 25,000 liters. These last two have been 33,000, so not going to be a full load. It's saying flour sells high, and it does. Wow. I'll just show you here. The maximum that it says it can get is 91,000, and I can sell it for 105,000 right now. So it's an extra $14,000 above, but gonna wait and turn that all into bread because it'll sell even higher as bread, as you can see. Whoops, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. 2,000. The price right now is 2,300. The max price for bread is 5,500, and it takes 2 flour and time to make bread. So even if this is the best price that flour can possibly get to, it's even better than their max value that they say. But if you take this times 2, it still isn't as good as the max price for bread. So bread is worth it, even if flour is selling for an enormous price. So we're going to go ahead and be patient and make more money in the long run. Let's keep selling stuff. Here's the last load of the sorghum. Another 40 grand. We have almost 200,000 after only selling one crop. Still got corn to sell, still got bread to sell, and the greenhouse goods as well. And straw. Got some straw. What's the straw price looking like? It's very close to max price. It's only $1 off, so I'm going to sell the straw. Oh, shoot. I need another tractor. We can probably afford one now. 77.20 impulse buy? Maybe not. There's only a few times in the year where I actually need more than one big tractor. And even now, I don't need a third one. It would just be convenient to have one. One to do field work, one to sell, or maybe 2 to do field work and 1 to do other things. Again, not necessary at all. But it would be pretty nice. I just need to get this perimeter done, and then we'll get this guy back on a worker, and I'll just drive the Fendt back. Nothing else is ready to be sold. The bread is pretty close. It's about $100 per 1,000 liters off the max price, so it's very close. It does say its best price is going to be in January, though, so might as well just give it another month. Doesn't hurt me at all. I am going to sell that other load of straw. And there's 2 spare bales. It only holds 24. I have 26 bales left, so I hate to leave them, but then again, I hate to take 2 bales in, if you catch my drift. So yeah, I'll probably just leave them somewhere. There's those 2 goofy bales I was talking about. Let's see where we need to put these. Animal dealer. Up there in town. We are now up there in town. It's been snowing for quite a while. It started during the night, as it was transitioning from November to December. But nothing's sticking so far. I think I did just check the weather, and it says it's 43, so it's above freezing, so it won't stick. Which is realistic. It would turn into a nice, disgusting slush on the road. And it would look brown and murky because it's the first snow, and so there's a lot of dirt and oils on the road. Until the snows start to wash those away. Okay. Very good. Up to 240,000. We still have the corn, which can bring in almost 100,000, and the bread, which is currently looking at about 130,000. But since we're going to be moving forward into another month, it could make even more bread and make even more money. Let's see here. Still got plenty of flour. The bread's almost full, so I should really get over there and get that moved before it fills up. Because if it fills up, it won't be producing bread, and that's wasting time. And bread is going to be our main moneymaker, at least for the time being. So, right. I'll get that field 1, done with the lime, and then I'll move the bread pallets. I do need to drive the forklift is all the way over at the grain mill. We're going to drive it up here to the bakery through those trees there, just so we can move those pallets out of the way and be able to load up the... Oh, actually, this was leased, so I'm just going to leave this thing here with the pallet trailer, the shipping trailer. And then I will begin the long, arduous task of bringing the forklift over here to pack up these pallets, not bales. I just did the bales, so I'm stuck. Nope, not stuck. Okay, good. There's my shipping trailer. I forgot I moved it. Let's just sit here in a corner where I'm well out of the way of everyone. Just kidding, that's the middle. In reality, I would be towed very quickly for being here. With all these factories around, there's no doubt plenty of people that would want to be getting in here, and I'm blocking all of them, so yay me. It would appear that the field is done. Yes. Fantastic. So I'll just move right into December. Or, it's already December. I'll move right into January. Let me check. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself to where I miss when I can plant. Okay, March. So we've got a couple of months here. I think the greenhouse stuff will sell in February. The rest of it will sell January. The corn might be different. Okay, January for the corn as well. So... yeah, that's good. So we'll get all our stuff sold in the next couple of months and then move into planting. And I think I'm going to do canola everywhere. And with all the money we're raking in, we could be looking at potentially even like almost $500,000. So we could buy some equipment, a field, and some smaller equipment, maybe a production chain and some equipment or some animals or something. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and I'll be sure to give it some thought. Don't want to do anything silly. Obviously, eventually I'm going to own everything, but I'm not going to like buy this thing, the sugarcane thing. It's $350,000 down the drain for something I'll hopefully use as little as possible. But that is the point of the series, as I said earlier. It's to branch out and do things different, so I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, because, gosh, that's too early to be getting into sugarcane, but I definitely want to get good use out of all the machines I have. Let's quit blabbing on and go into January. January it is. Let's get these bread pallets onto the trailer here. Let's make sure we've got it selected the right one, which is left front. It snowed. The snow finally started sticking overnight. It was snowing all day in December, and now it's started to stick, so this could make this a little bit interesting. And there's snow on the forecast too, so I'm probably not getting away from the snow on the ground, so I gotta make the most out of it. Which means, unfortunately, I can't see really what I'm doing with these pallets here. There we go. We'll get them loaded up onto the trailer. And then that's actually where we're going to start the next episode, is selling these as well as the corn. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like. That'll help the video out. It's greatly appreciated by me, and just a great way of showing me which kind of things you guys like to see. Ooh, slipped on the ice there, or the snow. Stuff's no joke. If you got any comments or suggestions, let me know down below in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. See you next time. Peace.